Hi, I'm KARCENO.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows KARCENO and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it.
Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now watch Fifth break this down about 5-6 years ago. And then we're going to take it from there. Now, Jarrell Big Baby Miller told the story about him actually getting with Deontay Wilder's girl before Deontay Wilder was with her. But let's take that into prominence right now. Let's let it go and listen. He told 50. Then 50 told the world. Then Big Baby Miller doubled down on it.
Check this shit out. This weekend I go to this little fitness competition thing in T-Neck, right? So I popped in there and check everybody out, and while I'm there, Big Baby shows up. And you know, Big Baby, big heavyweight fighter. You know, and he seen me come out with Deontay Wilder, so he's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready, I want to fight. And I'm like, okay, now people Deontay told me that they fought before and they gave him a mild concussion. So I'm like, yo, you sure you want this fight? And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, like I sparred with him mad times before. Yo, Keith, I'm gonna knock him out. Like, I'm like, okay. So now, when he tell me he gonna knock him out, I'm like, so what's really going on? I'm like, somebody lying to me, man. Deontay ended up telling me that the boy had a mild concussion. Like he put some pain in on that boy, right? Then I run into him and he tell me he ready for the fight. He said he did spar with him one time after coming back from running, and he was dehydrated and everything, and he went. Oh, and then he said the pretty Asian girl that Deontay be with. I'm like, his girl? He said, yeah, his girl. He said, I bust her first, Fifth. Like I was fucking her first, and maybe that's why he is acting like he acting. And I'm like, what? This shit just came out of nowhere, blood. Like it was out of nowhere, cuz. For real, this shit just came out of nowhere. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And he go, nah, I was fucking her first. You know, maybe he got it and thought that was something special because, you know, he's a country nigga. Like, we from New York, so shit is different, Phil. And I'm like, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
I think I understand what you're saying. New York, man, I swear, y'all pull that a lot. New York think they are extra special. Like they have a special ingredient because they come from New York. So, like he said, he probably thought she was something special. And he was the first one to really come out and bring that to the light. So, I say that to say this because Deontay Wilder and his girl are having a lover's quarrel or whatever you want to call it, a fallout, whatever. They haven't been on speaking terms for a while. And it's been nothing but problems lately. I wonder why. Now, Wilder was overseas in Saudi Arabia training for a fight. And she says he uses the video cameras on the house to spy on her and stuff. Then he, besides all that, he uses, like threatening messages, things like that. And she says, he's putting hands on her before, so she wanted a restraining order for when he arrives back. So when he comes back from Saudi Arabia, he got to go find somewhere else to live. In the house he still pay bills for, where his 6-year-old daughter and her live. Now, Jarrell Big Baby Miller said, I told you about this chick. And now he's like bragging about it. He's big baby boasting over this situation. So what Fifth was talking about was something else. And I wanted to chime in on this for a reason. Now, Wilder has been with this girl for about, I want to say, about 7 years. So Wilder's been with her for 7 years. When you get with a girl like this, these trophy-like girls, I can tell from the way she was acting when we seen her out in public before, how she was getting herself groomed and got her on personal trainer. She was trying to be the face of Deontay Wilder when he was at the height of his rise. She called him on the rise up. And she was, oh, this is finna be a superstar. I gotta just come here and be there. He's finna be the man. So she came through the door. And he tried to warn her that this girl is a snake. Big Baby Miller. That she isn't anything special. So when you see that, you automatically start knowing there's a problem on the horizon. And that problem don't get better with time. It becomes more complicated. Now, as he was winning, there's almost never a problem. Do you ever hear about any problems when somebody's winning? It's only a problem when people start losing. When they start losing, everybody start coming up with excuses. They start saying, oh man, I can't. They losing. They ain't winning. So if they ain't winning, and you see the stock dropping, and you seeing he's at the end of his career, the end of his rope, now it's time to cash in and get out. Now it's, oh, he's abusive in the past. I was doing it for the marriage. Y'all daughter is 6. And he probably thought, this is love. She down for me. They've been engaged since 2018. Right? And now, Big Baby Miller is still coming out roasting Deontay Wilder over this fight. That didn't happen after they sparred and they never fought each other. So, by it being personal, for him in all this situation, it's become a problem for those who are not in the know. I have seen so many different people come on the scale and go, man, I can't do this one. Or this ain't gonna cut it. Not this time around. Nobody's feeling sympathy for her, and nobody's feeling sympathy for Wilder. Everybody was like, man, I knew she was a gold digger. They have not even looked at the situation of, oh, she might be telling the truth. They said, nah, not her. I don't believe a word come out of her mouth. All else, tears. I love you. When he was in the ring, I effing love you. When he knocked down Fury and Fury got up. When that happened, it was like a difference in the situation. She was like, I'm down for my guy. But once he lost to Tyson Fury and got knocked out after that third fight, that fight that really broke him because the fight should have been called a couple of rounds earlier, he was never the same. All his confidence was gone. He had reduced himself down to being a fighter who was doing it for the money, but the passion, the bomb squad, the confidence, all that's gone. The ego is gone, it's crushed. He don't believe it anymore that he's that guy. Now it's like back to the days when he was the sparring partner and trying to get some work in. He's back to those days. And they all love you when you're on top. Soon as you lose, they all come. And now you done lost 2 fights in a row. And even though it's out of the country, and most people didn't see the fight, they got the internet, so they end up seeing it on the internet. And because it was a knockout loss, you know, the knockout losses get promoted the most. Yeah, well, you know, it's just the way it turns out sometimes. But this mess is on Wilder. This is his mess to fix. He chose this woman. So people are going to be laughing. They're going to be pointing fingers. They're going to be saying, ha, ha, ha. But there's a kid involved. They have their family. He's tethered to this girl no matter what now. Whether she's a curse or not, this is the life you chose, and you got to deal with it. Straight up. So anyway, I'm going on the Patreon. We got to update the Patreon, so I'm going to do that. And buddy, we got a lot going on. So I'm going to get out of here. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, the Nate Jones Story, Ticket TV. Welcome to HDI TV, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, and we out.